Good morning. I hope you all are doing well. The leaves are turning colors and starting to fall, and October is approaching. Summer is definitely behind us. Some of you are already looking forward to Halloween. This semester is going fast. I'm graduating from the UIC co-op program on December 13th. I'm enjoying taking a theater class. Okay, I had to start over for theater. So, good morning. I hope you are doing well. The leaves are turning colors and starting to fall, and October is approaching. Summer is definitely behind us. Some of you are already looking forward to Halloween. This summer is going fast. I'm graduating from UIC, the co-op program, on December 13th. I'm enjoying taking a theater class and a person-centered planning class this semester. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing after graduation, but I am starting to think about the possibilities. I think I mentioned before that I work in the nursing department at UIC. I help in the simulation lab where the nursing students learn how to work with patients as part of their training. And I am a standardized patient actor with disabilities. I found out that I was accepted for home-based support, and soon I can hire people to support me in different ways. Transportation, coaching, job support, school, activities of daily living, and other things. Today you are in for a treat because we are going to be learning about the PUNS list and home-based service or SILA funding and why it is important. My friend Becky is here with us to share all kinds of wisdom with us. She helped me with everything I needed when I was accepted off the PUNS list. She knows a lot about home-based services and how to get started and the process. Some of you might know a lot about this already, but some might not even know how to get on the list. She will share her knowledge and her journey working with people with disabilities. Not very long ago, there was no official waiting list in Illinois for supports and services for people with disabilities in the state and how to support them. Then there was the Legis Consent Decree. It's a legal agreement that could help people with special needs receive community services instead of institutional care. I encourage everyone to learn more about Legis. It really changed the lives of people with disabilities in Illinois. Becky, tell us about your job and what you do and who you work for.
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for having me on here. I'm very excited. And you look very good, nice today, and congratulations on your degree this December. That's very exciting. I work for Service Inc. of Illinois, and I help people complete the eligibility process for a Medicaid waiver application services, which can result in home-based services like you have, Bridget, or moving into a SILA, which is a residential placement. It's a pretty fun job. I get to meet a lot of people.
That's wonderful. Can't believe that you're looking for this wonderful home-based service in Ponsonby. It's amazing. Tell us about the process.
The process is you get on the list, the PUNS list. You can do that in high school. You can do that after high school. And you do that by, you can call Service Inc. direct at 630-425 2350. And someone will, help you. You can also look online and like do a Google search like Illinois PUNS and get help that way too.
Why is it so important for people with disabilities to have person-centered support?
Because there's a lot that you can be doing with your life, and supports can help you achieve your goals and your dreams, and keep you in a good, steady life. Home-based services can provide services. You can hire a personal support worker to come in and help you in your house. It can be a parent, or, it depends on your age. And you could also get services to move out someday if you want to, be more independent that way.
Can you tell us about the punch list? How to get on the list? What you need to do to stay on the list? And when you get pulled from the list, what is the process?
Ooh, that's a big question. Well, getting on the list is, again, contacting, you can, if you're in Northern Illinois, chances are Service Inc. is the place that you would contact. But if it's not, Service Inc. can also let you know where to call. You can also do that Google search. Staying on the PUNS list means that service coordinator, possibly with Service Inc. if you're in our area, will contact you every year to review your PUNS paperwork and keep you on the list. And then when your name is pulled from the list, you will receive a letter. And when we have the ability, service coordinator will reach out and say, let's start a meeting and let's see, review paperwork for you that we need to determine that you're eligible for services.
How evenly do you get services?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
How eventually do you get services?
Um, like with the process is, like once you're determined eligible, if you're not determined eligible, there's a appeals process. But if you are determined eligible, then like the fun part for me comes in because we get to hold discovery meetings, and I get to learn more about who people are, like meeting with Bridget. That was like a lot of fun. And coming up then with your personal plan, and it's basically I'm taking my directions from you, Bridget. If there's something that you want to be doing or working on, my job is to help you and support you to achieve your dreams. When the intake process is done, then we transfer people to an ISA, which is someone that works with you long term.
How long did you have this job? And what is fun thing about this job?
I've had this job for almost 3 years, and it's fun because I get to work from home, which you can see I'm in my son's old bedroom, which is why there's Buzz Lightyear on the wall. Um, and the funnest part of my job is getting to meet people. I get to, travel to different, areas, but just meeting different people. Like, who would think I'd run into a movie star? I mean, that's the best part.
So you like a lot of things about your job.
I like that for a lot of it, I can be independent in what I do. Um, there's a lot of typing, which isn't necessarily my favorite, but um, I get excited every morning to wake up, and it's really great to be able to help people.
Tell us more about the discovery process.
The discovery process is at least two meetings. One meeting is in person with, the person that's looking for supports, and the other one can be done on the phone. And it's going over all areas of a person's life. There's like how their home is, if they want a job, what kind of stuff they like, their hobbies. It's a lot in there. But when the discovery's done and the information's moved to the plan, that's something you get to keep with you, and it's updated every year. So it's really pretty cool because it's very much like we did a personal plan about Bridget, and it has like what you want to do, your dreams in there. And if things change, we'll change those. And if you change on what you think that you need for you, we'll change that too. So it's a pretty cool little form.
It was really cool.
Hmm.
What is the difference between a SILA and home-based funding?
Home-based funding means that you would, traditionally stay at home, and it could be one of your parents or a guardian or a family friend coming in and helping. You could also have supports from a provider agency if you so wish. Um, a SILA funding would be moving out into a home that has at least three people and up to eight people in it. And SILAs can be a lot of fun too, because you can, if everybody's driving in the house, you can be having some fun making dinners and doing some fun activities that way.
How long does the whole process take?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's kind of a rough question. It can take um a, f- from a few months if everything is lined up and the person like me has time on their caseload. Or it can take a year or a couple of years. And that also depends on how quickly families are able to get us the paperwork that we need. Um, so it's kind of up in the air a little bit.
How how old do you have to be?
That's a good question, and to be honest, I don't have an answer for that. Um, I have written plans for people who were, like 4 years old. Um, and that's because they were in crisis. And if a person is in crisis, like there's abuse, neglect, or homelessness involved, um, then, like there's supports for people in that situation. Usually, like the youngest from the Puns list that I've worked with so far has been 16. But that's just my experience on that.
How old do you have to be? Is there funding for children?
There is funding for children. There's the Children Home-Based Services.
How much, like, how many children do you think that could be on the punch list?
See, you ask some really great questions. And if I gave you an answer right now, I would just be making it up. So I really don't know how many kids are on the buns list right now.
Probably a lot.
Yeah, that one's above my pay grade.
How, how do you find out about that if you have a child children?
If you have a child,
Yeah.
a great place to start off is at your child's school. And it's just started now that school should have someone in place, if not now, soon, that can help you with questions on the puns list. And if you also have a question, call Service Inc.
And can you tell us about that? The Service Inc.
Service Inc. is the company I work for. And we are service, a lot of us like my job is a service coordinator. And I help people, get into services. We have people on staff that help people stay on the PUNS list. We help people in crisis. And we also have what's known as ISAs, and those are the people that when you're in services, they come and they'll visit 4 times a year. So Bridget, you're gonna have Anissa come to your house, talk to you about your goals, your outcomes, and hopefully that's me a long-lasting relationship with that person.
Do people ever go into state institutions?
Yeah, there are some people that choose to go that route. Yeah.
Trying to think what I was going to ask. There's a lot of questions that we have that I wanted to give you. Each we want all the information so people can help their kids to get on the punch list that have a disability. Does funding, well, does the funding that you have, is that different than I'm trying to think. Does the funding that you have that
Is it
okay,
different
so
than
let me repeat the
yours?
question. Is funding different from for people for different people, like people with disabilities, like different types?
Um, Funding is different for children versus adults.
That's what I was trying to get towards. Thank you.
Because, and that's because for a lot of the children's services, if you're, like still in school, you're receiving services from school.
Okay.
So in a good thing for families to do if they're on the PUNS list would be to um look for psychological evaluations that were done. If you have autism evaluations, kind of have those in a spot so you can, bring those out when the eligibility comes up.
Like people, like if people have different medical needs or nursing care, um, would they be eligible to be on the punch list?
To be on the PUNS list, eligibility for services is
Yes.
if someone has an intellectual disability, if they have autism, if they have something related like cerebral palsy or traumatic brain injury or seizure disorder, and my job is also to show that these are affecting people, their lives dramatically, so they need supports. If you have other issues along with it or other concerns, um, and you have meet those other criteria, then sure, you can be on the PUNS list.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for the information. I have one more last question. Can you tell us about being your okay, can you tell us about being your own employer?
About being your own employer of record.
Yeah, like when you work kind of thing. Like if you're working can you tell us about like being your own employer, like working kind of thing? Like if you like let's say if I like if you own like be so like um so can let me repeat the question.
Okay.
Can you tell us about being your own employer or you being your like so I mean like when you have a job and your own employer to get supports from other people, like what would you?
So if you're your own guardian and you're looking for services, an option is that you can be your own employer of record. I'm thinking that's what you're thinking of. And in that case, then you would be responsible for hiring the people to come in and help and work with you.
So that might be a really good way to, so can you tell us the difference between being your own employer and being a guardian? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
If you have a guardian, then the guardian can be the employer, one of the guardians can be the employer record. The employer record is the person that hires the personal support workers. Those are the people that provide direct support. And also monitor and check their timesheets and approve for those.
Thank you so much for all you have given us and the opportunity to come on and telling us a lot about what you do. And this kind of really helps to highlight what people with disabilities are looking at this and wanting to be involved in getting on the PONS list. And being pulled to get home-based services. And that definitely will be really, really great.
Yeah, it's a great program and I thank you so much for letting me come on and talk about my job a little bit today. And I look forward to continuing to follow your career, Bridget, now that I know about your career. So I'm always very excited about you.
But it's a good thing that I'm part of that, and it's a good thing that I'm going through the same thing as you. Well, good that I'm it's a good thing that I'm involved in this and having you helping me with the process and helping me understanding it. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to understand what your options are. It's good to have options.
Thank you for
Well,
coming.
thank you.